Hey, Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your January 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, now, wow, look at all this air energy for you. So right away here, I'm getting the song, and it's loud and it's clear. It's an old Beatles song. Let it be, let it be. The answers will come. Okay, so let it be. There's something about letting go of the wheel. There is something here around surrender. So let it be. You may want to look up the lyrics of that song. If I'm not mistaken, it does talk about Mother Mary coming to us in times of need. And I feel like you are handing over the wheel, trusting in the divine. And Spirit is saying here, you're being guided to let something unfold organically, right? Just let it be, because we may have been very impulsive. Now, in your past energy, you actually have one of the most impulsive energies there is, Knight of Swords. And this is past, so it could be 2023. There was a need for answers. Maybe there was a need to move forward and take action. Maybe there was a lot of impulsive things that came at you and you didn't even know how to respond. And you're thinking, whoa, this came in hot. Where did that come from? So part of the past energy here is the Knight of Swords. So I also get that stop and go energy. It's like you've had to recalibrate after some impulsive tendencies or impulsive moments came to you. Now, this can also be words, right? It can be gossip. It can be some form of communication. It can be quick energy coming in. And this is interesting to note. I'm getting here like cutting through the fluff. You see that there's a cloud and she actually has the paintbrush. It's not a sword, which is good, because I feel, Capricorn, that you don't want to cut things with a sword. It's like you have a softer approach, but I also feel like you're setting healthy boundaries, because the lesson involving some sort of maybe abrupt communication or impulsive tendencies or actions in the past is the truth. Right? You have the Ace of Swords clarifying the past energy. So there could have been a quick incoming truth, or it could have been some gossip where you had to cut through the truth and get to the nitty gritty. And I feel like Spirit, again, I keep hearing that song. I feel like I've never had a song so loud, and let it be is the main words that I'm hearing. And there is something with answers. There's something with help and guidance and support. So if there's been some sort of truth or communication that's been a little bit challenging or difficult for you to hear, I feel like Spirit is on your side here, okay? Now, diving into your aspirations, you're ready to move forward. Now, you have the Queen of Swords showing up here, Capricorn, and it is your season as well. So happy birthday to you. You're ready to move forward, right? You realize that there's some things that may have happened quickly in the past. You got down to the nitty gritty. You cut through any fluff. You got to the truth and to the core of a situation. Now you're able to move forward. Because the Queen of Swords, you can see that she's looking onward. She's looking to her future. She has a new sense of clarity that maybe she didn't have in the past. And when the Queen of Swords shows up, you're using your intellect, your logic, you're very experienced, and you have the wisdom backing you up here when it comes to moving forward on your journey. She's very honest. She's very based in integrity. And I feel like that is what's driving you. You have the Devil as well. And this is actually showing up as what empowers you to keep moving forward is to disconnect from unhealthy patterns, unhealthy people. This could be codependency. It can be materialism, addictions. The devil is anything that holds us in place by our own doing. right? It's our own doing, most likely, in the devil energy. It can be our own codependency, but there could be very valuable lessons to learn from it. And I feel like you are taking a look, right? You're taking a look at the future and you're cutting through the fluff, right? You're getting to the truth of it and you're cutting out anything that hinders you from your path. And sometimes people may look at you, Capricorn, and they may say, whoa, Capricorn's a real, bee, or Capricorn is they're ruthless. They don't have a heart. They're just marching forward, or they're selfish. But that's not the case here. You're doing what's best for you, because the things that were around you, the people, or even the gossip, the rumors, whatever was happening in the past with this Knight of Swords, it was quick action. It was quick to derail you from your carefully woven plans to create your future. And that's what you're detaching from. That's what you're disconnecting from. So if people have an opinion about them, right? You know what they say, opinions are like beep, everybody has one. So Capricorn, this is about you letting go of any of those strings and cutting through that spider web here and moving forward so you don't get entangled. And I feel like you have all the tools, especially that sword, because the Queen of Swords, she carries her sword with her. So she's able to cut through that spider web of lies, of gossip, of jealousy, of injustice, of mistruths. And that's what you want. And that's what's guiding you forward. So I feel very empowered from your energy here. There's like this push within you. There's this force within you. Even though you're a very kind, very compassionate, very beautiful, intuitive soul, there's this drive, this driving force that's saying, I'm not putting up with anyone's BS, right? I'm cutting that out of my life. I don't need that. I don't have time for that. Because you know that what you're creating in your future is healthy, is abundant, is stable, is secure, is trustworthy. And I feel like you've also been guided to have a little bit more fun as well with the devil energy. So if you've been taking things too seriously, right, the polka dots can represent, more fun or, happier times ahead instead of feeling stuck or restricted even within one's thoughts, because there's a lot of air energy going on here. Doesn't surprise me. We have Aquarius moving in around January 21st or so. So I feel like you're getting logical about your next moves, and you know that there are certain things that you're not bringing with you into this next chapter of your life. Now, we also have that full moon, which is a very powerful full moon on the 20th, I believe. But we have new moon here on the 11th. And there's just a lot of shifts happening here in the month of January. And you're feeling them, Capricorn, especially with Capricorn season being highlighted. You're feeling them and you're ready to cut out any, toxic patterns or habits that you have or that people around you have. I feel like, yes, people may look at you in a different light, but you're saying, I've people pleased for far too long. I've done things on the behalf of others for far too long. This is my time to shine. So I'm proud of you. There's a sense of, whoa, look out, Capricorn's in town. And that's kind of what I get here. So let's take a look at the challenge, right? What may be challenging you to reach new heights? Because you can see that she's above there. She's sitting in this hot air balloon type energy. She's above the competition, above the gossip. She's above any sort of negativity. She can see it a mile away, right? That devil is right there, but she has her old binoculars on, or her, telescope, where she can see what maybe other people can't. And she can see that something is trying to woo her or detract her, because they could be jealous as well. There could be jealous people or gossipy people in the past that are trying to come in, but she's saying, not my monkeys, not my circus. Now, the challenge for you, Capricorn, is people being on your side, because you've been stuck in third-party energy or part of people who weren't a very good team player. Right? Three of Pentacles can be about people not pulling their weight, not putting in their best effort, right? There's no I in teamwork. And I feel like there was a lot of I in the past, a lot of people who are out to fend for themselves instead of feeling like they were a part of a team where if they realized that each person had some sort of talent or gift that they could bring to the table, that they could create something quite beautiful, quite wondrous, quite miraculous even. And you could climb mountains with these people. But those weren't your right people because a lot of them were selfish and they were choosing maybe lower vibrational frequencies. Maybe they were trying to manifest out of fear, out of manipulation, out of ego, right? And I feel like you just didn't want to have any part of that. You said, there's too many people in this circle that may have had some devil tendencies or toxic traits, and it's bringing me down, and I'm not able to focus entirely on my work, on my relationships, on my health, because they're not the right group. So you may find that your goals and your aspirations, maybe you want to get healthy, but you have a group of friends that likes to go out and drink and eat pizza and, stay up all hours of the night, and you're losing rest and you are drinking more than you should and you're eating a bunch of fattening foods, right? There could be people that, maybe you love, but are you able to either switch it up and do healthy things with those people, or maybe it's time to open up to new friendship or new groups? That's kind of what I see here for you. This could be relationships, it could be health, it could be career, any area of your life. And it feels like a challenge because you want to build, you want to grow. Maybe you feel comfortable with these people, but I feel like there are some people that are holding you back based on jealousy. It's like they don't want you to grow because then that means that they would have to look at themselves. Wow. I kind of get a little bit of a sassy energy here tuning into you, Capricorn. So let's take a look at relationships and emotions. Okay, Two of Cups. This is the relationship card. It's showing up in reverse, which means for some of you, this teamwork, making that dream work, has to do with you and a partner. And someone is just not on the same page. And that can be difficult when you are growing and evolving. Some of you, this is twin flame or soulmate energy. Okay, Two of Cups could also be that you're wanting to attract soulmate. You want to attract union. And by doing so, you know that you are raising your vibrations to attract the type of person that you want instead of trickling in a lot of frogs, right? Kissing a lot of frogs to get to that prince. And I feel, or princess. And I feel with this Two of Cups energy, there's something that feels a little bit imbalanced. There may have been impulsivities. Maybe you're the calm and grounded and your partner can be more impulsive, or there's something within the relationship that typically maybe you would think that it would find a balance over time, but I also see that something is unrequited here. It's like it doesn't work out. Maybe it did at one point, but I feel like something isn't working out for you and you're choosing to go in a new path. There could be codependency, there could be addictions, there could be some sort of obsessions around fears. What are you doing? What's the gossip? What's the truth, right? What's going on here? I feel like you also could be finding out things about a person. Someone could even be searching you out or looking into you, or maybe you're looking into someone else and you're saying, are their words really truthful? Were they really where they said they were at? I feel like you could also be, now this isn't a word that I use too often, but love bombed. So maybe someone tries to make up to you by being really sweet and really charming after they've just said some very hurtful words, or maybe they come in too quickly and they tell you, you're my person, even though I just met you yesterday, right? And I feel like there's some red flags that you're starting to see here, okay? And that's interesting because this flower is also red. So there's some sort of red flags that Spirit is saying, pay attention to at this time. Now, for those of you that are single and you're looking for love, I feel like there are some things within yourself or your friend group or your environment that you are letting go of or releasing in order to raise your vibrations and call in someone who mirrors this healthier version of you, okay? Two hearts becoming one here. Definitely twin flame if you are connected to that energy. All right, 10 of Wands is showing up in your career, your work, and your finances. You are coming to an end of a difficult cycle when it comes to your finances. There's some burdens here that you're putting down. I like to see this because 10s represent new beginnings, right? 9s are about completions and 10s are about, you've kind of went longer than you needed to carrying something that's been quite heavy. And it's time for you to let that down, release that energy so you can have this beautiful, bright new beginning when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your money, okay? Because some of you, you may have even been carrying the burdens or carrying the financial weight of someone else even, okay? That's kind of what I get here with this Two of Cups. For some of you, there were a lot of health issues, which we'll talk about here in a moment, but there were some health burdens, possibly even back, because of you feeling the pressure, right? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to pay this bill? Or am I going to have a job? Or for those of you entrepreneurs out there, that you may have seen a lot of fluctuation, and I feel like things have been heavy. But the 10 of Wands can also be about bringing others in to lighten the load. It's about prioritizing. It's about delegating. If you have a lot of responsibilities, I feel like it's time for you to really weigh up, do some deep soul searching and saying, what can I do to find this tribe, right? And that's going to be a challenge with this the Three of Pentacles here, because not a lot of people want to put in that effort, right? They're out for themselves. And that can be difficult because when people have that mentality, it puts all the pressure on you. But I feel like you are closing out a cycle here. There is an ending, bringing in a new beginning for you. So I'm excited to see what February has in store. Now, when it comes to your health and well-being, Page of Cups, this is about you keeping an open heart, keeping an open, I'm getting opportunist. It's like you're staying optimistic, but you're also staying optimistic when it comes to new opportunities that involve the heart. This is really beautiful because you could have given up a million times, but Capricorn, I feel like the heart really does lead you at times. Even though you're in that Queen of Swords, sassy Cappy type of energy here, underneath it, you would do anything for anyone. And I feel like there is something here with a beginner's mindset as well when it does come to your health and well-being. And it's important for you to kind of go back to that learning phase. So some of you could be learning new ways to heal the self, okay? You could be researching new holistic or alternative therapies. Maybe you're doing some education that's going to be beneficial to your health and well-being. Some of you, this has to do with children, maybe healing the inner child, maybe spending time with children, or maybe that's part of the burdens here. Not calling, anybody out saying your children are a burden, but it can be a lot sometimes. That's part of it, right? And maybe you have a family member that could help out, or maybe you taking the children to daycare, or doing something here where, and if you don't have children, it could just be you resting and taking some time to just be, right? That song, the Beatles song, Let It Be. There's something here that's out of your control in a way. And I also get water is going to be very healing for you at this time. So if you can spend time in or near a body of water, stay hydrated, drink more water. And there could be something here with more omegas for you. You see that little fish looking at her. So some of you could benefit from maybe eating salmon or eating a more enriched omega diet. Okay, I also get the colorful flowers. So this could be plant medicine. It could be aromatherapy. I'm also getting someone with maybe reddish hair here as well. Maybe in order for you to feel your best and be your best and look your best, you could be taking some supplements around hair and nails is what I'm getting. All right, let's look at spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. Whew. It's been a lot, and some of you have felt completely blocked from your higher self with the 10 of Swords, but you have a couple of 10s here. I'm just looking to see if we have any more. You have some 10s showing up. And so a lot of you, because you felt betrayed or you felt the pressure coming in, you can see how tall her hair is. Again, another red-haired woman here. So some of you may have red or orangish colored hair, but I also feel this 10 of Swords, her hair is tall. And there is something here with feeling like you're not connected to your intuition or your higher self. But I feel like, again, if you felt disconnected, that's coming to an end here. Endings bringing in new beginnings. And you had to go through some sort of spiritual awakening in a sense. You've had to go through some sort of maybe even betrayal or ending, Capricorn, in order for you to fully open up that crown chakra. Because right now there's too much coming at you. And I feel like there's an opportune moment, right? Opportunist. There's an opportune moment for you to connect to your God source. And with this inner fulfillment, I feel like having this new beginning is going to fulfill you spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So this is really beautiful. It's also about getting clear, because this isn't swords coming in. This is like a needle, eye of the needle, as you're threading, right? Threading. So there could be something that you are making and threading, a new beginning. It's like threading, the string in the eye of the intention, the eye of the needle here. There's something with you focusing, maybe even meditating more. That could be really beneficial and very helpful. Meditation, walking meditation, maybe even meditating in the bath. What do you most need to focus on at this time? Getting clear on something and sticking to it, because you have the 7 of Cups, which can be spoiled for options. It can be wishful thinking. It can be fantasy. It can be daydreaming. But I feel like this is the card about focus, right? So if you're overwhelmed by so many options or so many choices, that's where that 10 of Wands comes in and says, okay, what's top on this priority list? What do you need to focus on right here, right now? And if you are having maybe 3 or 4 of those things that are piled on your plate, then you have to make some executive logical decisions and say, okay, this is what I can handle. This is what I can hand off, right? Handle versus hand off. And it is about getting clear and focusing. Time management could be your best friend at this time, because some of you are wasting precious time, or maybe you feel like you don't have enough time in the day. If that's how you are going about your days, there needs to be a major reconstructing going on here. So focus on the things that light you up. Focus on the things that are important, priorities that you have. Of course, we all have responsibilities, but I feel like there's a couple things that are in the path here of this like North Star. So there could be 2 things that are calling for your attention. These other things, they're going to still be there, right? But maybe you don't have to have those dishes done right here, right now. And that's kind of what I get. All right, what do we have, Capricorn, for your most important lesson? Is to trust in the unknown, but also that not everything is as it appears. Not everything is as it appears. Look at that. She is an octopus underneath that beautiful black dress. And there is a fox howling at the moon. It's not a wolf, it's a fox. And you would never know that she has those tentacles underneath her because her dress is hiding it. So I always like to say, when you go outside under a full moon and you're standing out in the middle of your yard and you start to see shadows, you start to see things that aren't there, right? Or they are there, but it's because there's been some sort of cast of illusion or some sort of shadow cast, where the next day you go stand in the same spot in your yard and that sun is shining and you go to look over and you say, there's nothing there. There's a tree, and maybe that tree was casting an illusion or a shadow to make it look like something it wasn't. So this is about you clearing up any illusions that you have about yourself or about a person or about an experience or about a situation. And it is about, right, cutting through that fluff. It's about the truth being exposed here. That is the most valuable lesson you can gain at this time, is some sort of truth. You can see it from a mile away. So try not to sugarcoat it. Try not to chalk off the red flags that you're feeling. Trust your, intuition, of course. But if something is, I feel like this is hidden energy. So there could be some uncertainties, but it's important. That's part of the lesson. It's important that you trust your logical mind, of course, but your intuitive mind as well. So powerful energy showing up. Someone may not be who they appear to be or who you thought they were. And that's part of the lesson of the past. So now you have the ability to cut through and to say, that's an illusion. I smell it a mile away, right? This person, they're acting like a, they're really a fox, sneaky. They're not really a wolf like they say they are, but they're just trying to howl like one. All right. And the outcome, Capricorn, the outcome is let it be, right? The Beatles song, Temperance. Temperance angels have your back. This is about tempering our emotions. The temperance is about patience. It's about moderation. It's about self-control and compromise. And if some of you are dealing with someone in the past, or maybe they're still current in your energy, but in the past they've been very impulsive, it may be difficult for them or for you to deal with some of their extremes, right? Extremes in behavior, extremes in temper, or maybe this is characteristics of yourself. But I feel like there's more peace coming in because you can see that she's holding these white dove-like creatures, and one is in her hand and one is flying out. So there is a balance here between being grounded, right, in reality, which is you, earthly Capricorn, and then we also have that Aquarian energy that we're moving into. So we could see here finally some movement towards freedom or liberation or truth, or finally something coming together around Aquarian season, which again is the end of the month, January 21st, and January 20th is a big, big day as well with Pluto and the planetary alignment. So let it be, let something kind of unfold, but also observe the behavior of another, and know that it's important at this time not to maybe react or not to respond in a way that you've always responded, to trust your intuition, and to allow people to fall to the wayside in a sense, because as you raise your vibrations, Capricorn, you're going to see that there's certain people that no longer have a place in your life. Okay. And if that starts to happen, don't grasp on like the tower, right? Don't grasp on to something that needs to crumble. But with temperance as your outcome, I feel like patience is part of it. And you may want to, again, go YouTube, the Beatles song, Let It Be, because it could really inspire you. I feel like it could help you, especially with the 10 of Swords. Music could be helpful, mindful meditation, connecting to higher frequency sounds, singing bowls, hertz, things of that nature. But let it be. Spirit, the universe, and the angelic realm is working behind the scenes to bring about some positive changes in your world. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. Whew. Sassy Cap is, you're being strong, you're being confident, you're standing in your integrity, which I love. But there is something that is causing for a little bit of almost like a little bit of a pregnant pause, right? There's a pause here before some big movement comes in. And I feel like you are ready, you're prepared, and Spirit is working in your favor. The universe has your back here, and you're going to see evidence of it come towards the end of the month. Thank you so much for tuning in, Capricorn. I hope this resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And thank you so very much for tuning in. Lots of love.